Morning,
Yeah.
Kev.
And we're back in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good Sabbath yesterday.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Really good. It's really good actually listening to Ricky's testimony. And that Isaac's, it was interesting. With everybody's really. It was
Yeah, they're all fascinating, eh?
yeah. Everybody's walk. Yeah.
No,
Nobody's come the straight route, have they?
not a chance.
No. It's the mercies of Father, mate.
Yeah.
Beautiful. If he knows as well, he knows. Like saying he got that's why people have got to understand when people are talking, they're not getting it. It's the spirit that's actually talking.
Yeah.
Talking through Mark, pricking people. It's God pricking you,
Totally.
pricking us.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, he had some good words. Like you say, talk's cheap. Need to do the work. As hard as it may be.
Yeah, it's hard going sometimes, but
It's worth it. Like you say, all we're trying to do is open people's eyes.
yeah, to the actual truth.
Yeah, the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all
Yeah.
good, man. It's all good. Right.
Well,
What's on the agenda today?
well, I just thought we'd have a look at some scriptures relating to the state of the end times church. And how they ended. We'll kind of start out with how they ended up that way, and then we'll maybe look at some scriptures that describes where we are. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what would expect the church at the very end to look like. You know.
Yeah.
So
there's plenty of them.
Yeah, totally. So I'll just re-establish where we are in the stream of time by doing 2 Peter 3 from verse 6, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. So he's talking about the flood there. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. And then in verse 8, this is the crux of it. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. One day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Which is completely, so 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. And in Hosea 6, in verse 2, it tells you that after 2 days will he revive us. So once he's gone, he's received back into the heavens. After 2 days, he will revive us, and in the third day, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. So, although no man knows the day or the hour, we do get a rough idea of when these things are coming to fruition. So, 2,000 years after he's gone, we're right at the door now.
Yeah. Morning, Connor. And Donna. Sorry, Dad. Yeah, 2,000 years. It's 2,000 years since his death, burial, and resurrection. So
Yeah.
we're going to start off in Ezekiel 4, I think we are.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I? it's just going to give you an example of the times, the punishment, and obviously we need to go further into the house of Israel, which didn't come back because they weren't ashamed. We'll start from Ezekiel 4, verse 1. Dear me. Thou also, son of man, take thee a tile and lay it before thee, and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem, and lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it, and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it, and it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel, which is the northern kingdom. Lie thou also upon thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it. According to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity, which is the punishment for their lawlessness. For I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of the days, 390 days, which is the original punishment, was 390 years. Shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. And when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year. Therefore thou shalt lie thy face against before. Therefore thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege. Well, basically, that's just talking about the punishment, the northern and the southern kingdoms, through lawlessness, going after other gods of the heathen round about, the Christmas tree or the Asheroth pole back in the day, worshipping Baal. But for 390 years, Israel was meant to come back. And I think it's Ezekiel 43, but we're not actually going to go in there. They were meant to return and build a temple, but they didn't return because they weren't ashamed. They weren't ashamed of their iniquity. Most of Judah came back in the 40 years, but some didn't. They came back later, and we'll get into that another time. But from there, we're going to go to Leviticus 26, and just tells you, with Israel not being ashamed and didn't return, this is what happens. This is the blessings and the curses, but this is the curses that Israel got took upon them. Have you got this, or shall I just continue, brother?
Well, I'll start from 14.
Yeah, you can do, mate, yeah, because it's all relevant.
If you will not hearken, so Leviticus 26, verse 14, but if you will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that you will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of the heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee. And if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. So that's the crucial verse, right?
Yep.
Pertaining to their punishment. He's going to multiply it by 7.
Now, 7 times 390 is 2,730. And that brings you up to roughly, because it was 722 BC when they got expelled from the land. Have you seen this comment? Have you seen that? YouTube stuff. What's that? Please refrain from promoting gang violence. What's that? Paul,
No
we're
idea
reading
what
from the
it's
Bible,
about.
and I don't think we've once mentioned gang violence, so I don't know what you're talking about. But
No idea.
2,730 years, they punished them. They were punished for lawlessness, iniquity, basically spitting in Father's face. So that punishment was meant so that basically the house of Israel ceased from remembrance of men. And we're going to go to Deuteronomy 32 here,
Yeah.
from verse 26. Actually, in light of that message, I might not start from 22. I'll go from 23. I will heap mischiefs, Deuteronomy 32, verse 23. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spend mine arrows upon them. This is all spiritual, Paul, if you're listening. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them with the poison of serpents of the dust. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of grey hairs. Now, these are the verses that's important. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. So they were completely, what's the word?
Forgotten.
Forgotten, yeah. Assimilated into I was thinking more assimilated into the Gentiles, but forgotten, basically.
Forgotten as a nation, right?
Yeah. Were it not
Forgotten.
that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and Jehovah hath not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. Now, this is future prophecy. Latter end. Now, I just can't believe that message, but it's rattled us a bit, that, to tell the truth. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. So we're going to go from there. We're going to go from there into Romans 11. Because good old Paul, he tells you exactly. So I don't know if you want to start. That's got me knocked. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
I've no idea.
No, I don't either. Right, you want to just read through it to 26 or 27, then we can drop back and drop in a couple of verses here and there.
Yeah, you want me to read 26 and 27?
Yeah, go on, yeah, because it's like you say. Then we could probably jump into 44 or something if you wanted.
Okay.
Or then go back, or entirely up yourself.
Yeah.
Well, 25, mate.
Oh, 25, sorry.
Yeah.
For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles comes in.
Are you going to do a little sidetrack into 2 Corinthians there, yeah?
No. I was just looking at the Strongs for fullness there.
All right.
Completion. Repletion.
Like completion of the punishment.
Yeah. And so, from verse 26, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant unto them when I shall take away their sins.
Yeah. No, that he's actually quoting Isaiah 59:20 there. I think. Oh. Oh, hey. I might go from 12 here. It's Isaiah 59:12. For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them. In transgressing and lying against Jehovah, in departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey, and Jehovah saw it. And it displeased him that there was no judgment, no justice, no royal law. And he saw that where there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him. What Yeshua. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of Jehovah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Jehovah shall lift up a standard against him. Come in like a flood, that sounds like Satan being cast down, Isaiah 28. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord, saith Jehovah. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Jehovah. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith Jehovah, from henceforth and forever. That was brilliant. That's talking about Jacob and his seed, who's actually Jacob, his servant, and the people he's going to save.
Yeah.
Right, that was thingy, but if you want to go back to 25, there's a couple of good verses in 2 Corinthians 3. Have you got them there, brother? I've got them handy here, like.
Yeah. What verses were you?
I was going to just say go from 12. It was 14, but like go from 12, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
2 Corinthians 3:12.
in the mind, it's better than mine 25, isn't it? It's a link from 25, yeah? Sorry.
Yeah. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. But their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Messiah. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart. Nevertheless, when it shall turn to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. So there's your law of liberty that James talks about.
Yeah.
Which is the Holy Covenant. But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Jehovah, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of Jehovah.
Beautiful. And that brought to mind a couple of verses in James, didn't it? James 1. I think we got 23. As soon as I read them, it was in mind of these. This is James 1. I'm going to go from verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, works-based salvation, the good works. This man shall be blessed in his deed. If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep themselves unspotted from the world.
Amen.
To visit the fatherless and the widows, to help teach them the covenants of promise, to keep them, and to teach other people. Simple message. It always has been a simple message. But anyway, from Romans, the blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to jump into Isaiah 44 here, aren't we, brother? Unless you want to go backwards further into.
No, Isaiah 44.
Yeah, we'll go there. Yeah, good idea. Is that me there, brother? Or
Sorry, I was just looking at the comments here.
Sorry, mate.
Funny comment. What do you think about atheists?
Well, I don't think anything, because not so long ago we were atheists. Until you actually look around and the world is a shit show. I looked into politics and the state of the world for years, 20 years. Well, that was just my journey until I realised the truth. No matter who comes into power, the world's just getting worse and worse. And now you're at the stage now where it's demonic. People saying the females that are males. It's crazy. Where can you go from there? There's nowhere to go from there. You think about it. And when you actually forget about the churches have been lying for centuries, and that we're at the end times. It's plain and simple. And honestly, if you'd said to me 2 years ago, I'm going to be sitting with my brother here, Stu, and we're going to be doing videos trying to help people get back to Jehovah's covenants of promise, that his son, the Messiah, Yeshua, not Jesus. Jesus is the lawless one, died for remittance of sins of the world. We would have laughed at you. We would have. But this is the truth.
Yeah.
I've got. I mean, we could, always get in touch after this if you're interested, because we can talk to you, and we've got elders in our ministry who've been doing this a lot longer than we have, and they're full of the Spirit. And you can only get that spirit if you obey. And the churches don't tell you to obey. They've changed his name. They've moved the Sabbath. They've got idolatry. They've put Christmas and Easter in the churches. It's got nothing at all to do with the Bible. And we can tell you, we can point to you in the Bible where it's not there. It actually tells you not to do these things. Do not learn the ways of the heathen. Well, that's just honestly, strange as it may seem, there might be more atheists in the kingdom than so-called Christians. Because you try to tell Christians the truth, they hate you. They despise you. Because they've been indoctrinated. I mean, like most of the churches run by Masons. You can search this up.
Yeah.
So, what is that? Sachin. We just want people to come to the truth, brother. That's all we want. People might not want to believe it, but it's funny you should mention that, because as we've already said, the fullness of the Gentiles come in. That's when the blindness is lifted. And now my brother here is going to start with Isaiah 44, and this is, it's getting your head around it. Obviously, they were blinded for 2,730 years, and that from 722 BC, that takes you up to roughly 2008. And then people start having the conviction. People are feeling, they know some things amiss, and they're getting pricked in the heart. And that's not just, it's grace. It's a free gift. Ephesians 2. It's a free gift of God. But it's not just unmerited favor. Once saved, always saved. That's rubbish. That's evil doctrine. It's conviction. It's divine influence on your heart. I mean, my brother's probably got the strongest number there handy. I haven't, so I've got. But it is its divine influence on your heart to obey, to come back to his covenants of promise. And then it's really simple. Obey the 10 Commandments as desired, everything desired at Horeb. We've obviously done this in other videos, which is Deuteronomy 18, Acts 3, other places. Deuteronomy 48, really. Yeah. I've got sidetracked there, man.
Right.
And just eat clean, and then teach others to do so. That's letting people know the truth. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't believe people that don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the Old Testament. We've already had a warning on here from Paul saying something about gang violence. We've never mentioned anything about gang violence. I don't even know where that's come from. We're trying to warn people about the impending judgment. And whether you don't believe or not, it doesn't take away from the fact that it is coming. Whether within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it doesn't matter. It's coming. Yeah, and that's why you say we started with 2 Peter 3 and into Hosea. Be not ignorant of this mystery. 1,000 years with the Lord is as one day. Yeah. Anyway, brother, I think I've waffled on enough there. I hope you're listening there, Sachin. We can't judge. We don't judge outside the church. We judge in the church. You're instructed. 1 Corinthians 5. It tells you God will judge outside the church. We judge with it inside. And then 1 Peter 4, 17 or something like that. I'll go on, mate. You go. Anyway, they spring up like the grass. The people spring up after the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. The blindness has been lifted. So that brings us into Isaiah 44.
Yeah. Starting in verse 1. Yet, now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Jehovah, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto Jehovah, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Verse 6, thus saith Jehovah, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, I am the last, and besides me there is no God. Just the one.
Yep.
And who, as I, shall call and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God. I know not any. And now we're getting into the folly of idolatry.
Yep.
They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit. And they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a god, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up, yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. And this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Verse 13, the carpenter stretches out his rule. He marks it out with a line. Fitteth it with planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house.
What do you think that is, brother? Yeah. Brings you back to Leviticus 26:1, Deuteronomy 4. You shall make no graven image, and nothing like that. No bother, Phil. Yeah, it's. We could go to a few places from there. The folly of the graven images. It's in a few places. It's Psalms 115, 135. You're deaf, dumb, and blind as your idols. You hear not and see not. But for the purpose of this, it's just like to try and get you to realise the state of the end days churches. And we are in the end days. This is the last generation, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, did you want to go from here to when we've got Ephesians 2 and that is dear me, we've got loads to go through here, mate. Do you want to go to Matthew 24 and just like the false Christs? all the different denominations. Hello?
Yep.
Oh. Are you all right? Did you want to go there, like, brother?
Yeah.
Where were you thinking otherwise? I'm easy, mate.
No. Let's go with that.
But
This is the one, right? The signs of the end of the age.
yeah.
I'll go from 3. Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yeshua answered and said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you. So there's the warning.
Yep. For many shall
Many
come.
deceiving people.
Yeah.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many.
Yeah. And that just tells you that that's all the different denominations of the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them. 45,000 apparently. Sorry there. Go on,
I'm
mate.
just saying, we're instructed to be as one.
Yeah.
Like one man. And we've ended up with 45,000 different flavors.
Which is obviously not how it's meant to be. There's only one message. And it's a pretty simple message.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you want to go from here. I don't know if you want to go to Jeremiah 23 or Isaiah 30.
Well, Romans 1 actually is a good description.
Yeah. We'll go there. Yeah, good call, mate. Good call. Where do you want to start? Is from about? Where did you want to start from?
Um,
14.
about 15.
What? 14, 15? You say?
Yeah, roughly 14, 15.
Yeah, I'll jump in here now. Right, it's Romans 1 from chapter 1, verse 14. I am debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. So as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Messiah, for it is the power of God unto salvation, unto Yeshua, to everyone that believeth, to the Jews first, and also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of God, the 10 Commandments, revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Oh, I don't know if that's Acts, is it? Act 13 and Habakkuk 2. Anyway, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Yeah.
And that's describes the churches. They hold the truth in unrighteousness because they don't preach the 10 Commandments. They don't preach these covenants of promise. And they certainly don't teach the truth. They hold the truth in unrighteousness because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. For God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, which is divine nature, so that they are without excuse. Because that, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Doctrines of men. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. A nice segue, actually, there. Good idea, that, mate, because that's exactly what they did with Isaiah 44.
Yeah.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And this is where you hear, mate, from our fellow brothers and sisters, Romans 1 is well underway. It's because they don't preach the truth. There's no truth in these churches, and they dishonor them even more. Sorry, brother.
Just to point out, Kev, that first verse 18, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness. You have to understand that righteousness is the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
And if you obey the 10 Commandments, it's God's righteousness that gets credited to you.
Yeah.
So if you're disobedient to the 10 Commandments, then that's, they've got this form of godliness, but they're not following the commandments. That's the thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's your however many 45,000 different flavors of Christianity that none of them are obedient to the commandments. So they all hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Well, they don't celebrate the Sabbath. The Sabbath is the 7th day of the week. It's a Saturday, dawn to dawn.
Yeah.
And then they changed his name. They've got idolatry, graven images. Sorry, brother.
I just wanted to point that out for people.
Oh no, that's perfect. It's lost on people though, because they don't actually understand it. But it's a good idea to point that out, because look at the state of the world now.
Mm-hmm.
They worship not the truth. Then they've pushed it to the four corners of the world.
Yeah.
And then to top that off, they're celebrating Christmas Jesus guy. He's got absolutely nothing at all to do. The Messiah wasn't even born in December. You look at it, if you actually look into it, all the heathen, the pagan gods, a lot of them celebrate their birthdays on the 25th. Mithra, Saturnalia, Nimrod.
Yeah.
It's all it's disgusting. And Easter, Halloween, you're not meant to celebrate. None of these are meant to be anywhere near a church.
Yeah. And the roots of them are absolutely disgusting. Child sacrifice.
Child sacrifice, yeah.
Jeez, come on.
Yeah, but we can celebrate them. We've made them clean. No, you haven't. You can't make a clean thing out of an unclean thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was that Job? Probably on other places. Yeah. Do I want to go any further to prove the point? It's just give them up to vile affections, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we'll finish Romans 1. Or do you want to go somewhere else?
No, go for it.
Oh, right, anyway, verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to attain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. For knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. It's actually disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Obviously, there's a spiritual aspect to all of that as well. You know, like they're not fulfilling the royal law, so they're therefore murdering their neighbour.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the unrighteousness is not obedient to the commandments.
Yeah. Covenant breakers. They're breaking the covenant.
You know, right there in Romans 1:31, you know, covenant breakers.
Yeah, unmerciful. No mercy.
Yeah. No,
Right.
Desires mercy and not sacrifice, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Matthew 9:13 and Hosea 6 and 7.
He wants us to keep each other in check, to look out for each other so that we don't, you know, people don't suffer sin upon themselves, you know?
Yeah.
It's probably the most loving thing that you can do to help someone to save their life, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. You feed your enemies your corn and your wine.
Yeah.
We just want them to understand. But this is the state of the churches these days.
Yeah.
And it's written in Jeremiah 23, Ezekiel 34, even Isaiah 30. I don't know if you want to nip into some of these.
Should we go to Jeremiah?
Yeah, you can, yeah. Big chapter, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to kick off?
You can do, mate. We could take turns because actually, I want to actually get to the end of it as well because it's the burden of the Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Jehovah. Therefore, thus saith Jehovah, God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. You've scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them. So he's talking about the northern 10 tribes that are scattered right throughout the whole of the Western world, really. And will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, and neither shall they be lacking, saith Jehovah. Behold, the days come, saith Jehovah, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth, royal law.
Yeah.
In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name whereby he shall be called, Jehovah our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Jehovah, that they shall no more say, Jehovah liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Jehovah liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries, whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to do this bit about lying prophets?
What? Isaiah 30. All right. Well,
No.
I'll go on. Yeah. Want me to continue on? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do a wee bit of this?
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. It's a bit of second Exodus talk there as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And from verse 9, mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man and like a man whom wine hath overcome, because of Jehovah and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith Jehovah. Exactly the end stage times church right there. Wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein, for I will bring evil upon them, and even the year of their visitation, saith Jehovah. That's the sixth seal, it's punishment time. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal and caused my people Israel to err. In Baal. Why would he say that?
I know.
Because they changed his son's name to Jesus. And then obviously you've got the Christians that are saying Jesus is God. More blasphemy. There's only one God, and that's Jehovah. And his son is Yeshua, Messiah. I've seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Therefore thus saith Jehovah of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink the water of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land. There's your 45,000 denominations preaching lies to four corners of the world. It's Mystery Babylon. Thus saith Jehovah of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you, that make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Jehovah. They say still unto them that despise me, that Jehovah hath said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto every one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. For who hath stood in the counsel of Jehovah, and hath perceived and heard his word? Who hath marked his word, and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of Jehovah shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. It says end times, it's a future prophecy.
Yeah.
The latter days, the last generation. Look at the state of the churches, the preaching,
Yeah.
lies, the spitting in Father's face.
Yeah.
Have done for centuries, but now we're coming to the end. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. Am I a God at hand, saith Jehovah, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith Jehovah, do not I fill heaven and earth? Saith Jehovah. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbour, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. Oh, dear me, mate. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, saith Jehovah? Is not my word like as a fire, saith Jehovah, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, saith Jehovah, that steal my words, every one from his neighbour. Now that's a verse and a half.
Yeah.
They've stole the gospel. They've stole the true gospel, the
Yeah.
refreshing of the holy covenant. They've stole it. They've stole it from his people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of when you did that video, brother. And when Megan had posted that comment on the mind, they stole these words.
Stolen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to continue on, mate? Because some brilliant verses coming up.
I'll go
That's
from
it.
31.
Yeah. Mhm.
Behold, I am against the prophets, saith the Lord, that use their tongues and say, He saith. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith Jehovah, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, saith Jehovah. And when this people, or the prophet, or a priest, shall ask thee, saying, What is the burden of the Lord? Thou shalt then say unto them, What burden? I will even forsake you, saith Jehovah. And then he reiterates it again. It's that burden of the Lord, eh? And as for the prophet and the priest and the people that shall say, The burden of the Lord, I will even punish that man and his house. It's like the rejection of the Holy Covenant.
Yeah, it's rejection. The thing is, once saved, we're going to be saved, saying, Lord, Lord. You're not going to be saved, saying, Lord, Lord. He's going to turn and say, Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Matthew 7, it's, don't dare say that. He's telling you.
Yeah.
All these pastors that's preaching this rubbish, I wouldn't want to be them.
No, they're in deep trouble. They need to repent.
Yeah,
Thus shall you say everyone to his neighbour and everyone to his brother, What hath the Lord answered? And what hath Jehovah spoken? And the burden of the Lord shall ye mention no more, for every man's word shall be his burden. For ye have perverted the words of the living God, of Jehovah of hosts, our God. Thus shalt thou say to the prophet, What hath Jehovah answered thee? And what hath Jehovah spoken? But since ye say the burden of the Lord, many times has he mentioned it here, man. Therefore, thus saith Jehovah, because ye say this word, the burden of Jehovah, and I have sent unto you, saying, You shall not say the burden of Jehovah. So you shouldn't be saying that about his commandments. Stop saying it.
Oh.
Nobody can keep the commandments. Nobody can, it's like, geez.
The church is a shit show.
The majority of it is like things not to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's works-based salvation. No, it's not. You have to enter into the good works. What's the good works? Keeping his covenant.
Yeah,
That's
keep his
the
covenant
good work.
and teach others to do so.
And fulfilling the royal law. That's the Bible. That's the message.
Not just Lord, Lord. It's absolutely disgusting. But this is the state of the churches, and remember, this is the future prophecy. You shall consider it perfectly. This is the end times, and it's actually sickening. I mean, perverting his word.
Right?
Yeah.
39. Therefore, behold, even I, will utterly forget you. all you that say the burden of the Lord, nobody can keep the commandments. You keep them perfectly, you know. Therefore, behold, I, even I, will utterly forget you, and I will forsake you. And the city that I gave you and your father, and cast you out of my presence. And I will bring an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame, which shall not be forgotten. That's a severe warning.
Yeah, yeah. But falls on deaf ears.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. But it's just, like you say, it's the state. Satan's done a hell of a number on the church.
Certainly has.
And the Masons, they were saying.
It's the oldest battle procedure in the book, which was taught to men by fallen angels. You know, the oldest battle procedure in the book: divide and conquer.
Oh yeah.
Now we've got 45,000 denominations that don't really give a shit about the other denominations. They're selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish. Oh, we're saved. Screw them.
Making merchandise out of his people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Listen to this. Sweet ear tickling. Was that sweet ear tickling words?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put some money. Listen to this sweet words and then put some money in the tin. Absolutely disgusting. We're not here to preach ear tickling words. We're just here to show you that this is the state of the end days church. Yeah. I know people are going to say, "Oh, it's Old Testament." The New Testament quotes it constantly, and it quotes it for a reason. It's not finished.
There's no chance of getting a full understanding of the Bible message without the Old Testament.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't. It's an impossibility. You know, you can make up all your own nonsense, you know, by cherry picking verses out of the New Testament and then just make up your own doctrine. And that's why we've got 45,000 denominations.
Yeah.
They're just making their own crap up.
Ear tickling words.
As Isaiah 28 warns you, you know, you've got to read it precept upon precept, line upon line, there a little and there a little. So when you see, you know, a good one is like, as it is written.
Yeah.
Go find where it is written, you know.
Yeah. And in the days of the internet, you've got absolutely no excuse.
Yeah.
How can you read that and just gloss over it? That's your own folly. That's because you're not interested. You're more interested in Lord Jesus. Jesus saves us. People need to understand it.
Yeah. That's going to be a rude awakening.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, yes. But like you say, we could. I mean, oh dear me, mate, we've got all manner of places to go to. But if you want to go from there, you could go to 2 Thess 2. End times will not come until there's a falling away first. And then, oh dear, just mind take your pick. Do we do 2 Thess 2?
Yeah, let's do a few more.
Ones, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Where do you want to go?
No, go for 2 Thess 2.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Right. Let's go from verse 1.
Yep.
Right. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yeshua Messiah, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Yeshua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. Now, falling away is apostasy. You'll know more than me about this, brother, because you probably have the strongs on that. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. The apostasy of the churches are apostate. They're not preaching any truth. Yeah. That man of perdition, the man of sin shall be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now, what does that remind you of? All these churches saying Jesus is God.
Yeah.
That's just out and out blasphemy, and he sitteth in the temple of God, which is our hearts. Our hearts are now the temple.
Yeah.
You circumcise your heart, which means putting the commandments and the covenants of promise on your heart. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believeth not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Yeah. And as you pointed out, Kev, in verse 3 about the falling away,
Yep.
just to reinforce that, falling away is apostasia, the defection from the truth.
Can you make it
Falling
up?
away, it's apostasy.
Yeah. Can't actually make it up, can you? But this is the churches.
Yeah,
Absolutely disgusting.
I know.
I mean, you even go to Romans 10, 1 to 3. Which is
Yeah, I'll read that.
Yeah.
From verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Jehovah for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal for God, for Jehovah, but not according to knowledge, not according to prophecy.
Yep. Like people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, this next verse, the killer.
The prophet saying, the prophets are screaming, warning, 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 warning.
Yeah.
You know, God has to raise up watchmen at the end to go, for goodness sake, you're all over the place there.
And that's Isaiah. You say Isaiah 44 springing up.
Thing is, we were blinded too.
Yeah, of course we were.
We had no clue.
I wasn't even religious.
Well,
what's that all about?
We were talking about 2008. The you know, like the end of that punishment.
Yeah.
That was when my journey started, 2008.
Yep.
And it started with stripping everything from me till I had nothing, and then I went looking for God. You know, and then I went looking for Yah, and He's been guiding me ever since.
That's
with
beautiful.
A gentle hand, such a loving father. You know, he's just gently been manoeuvring my wife and I into the, you know, like I've said this before, he just kept pointing things out to us. You know, what about this Christmas tree? Have you looked into what that actually means? You know, and then it goes up Jeremiah 10.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, 1 to 5, and you know, yeah, you can change the name of it, but it's still what it is. It's still cutting down a tree, taking it into your house, and decorating it with silver and gold. Goodness.
Yeah, it's still a
Figure that one out.
pagan god.
Yeah. So verse 3, for they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, don't swear, don't drink,
Yeah.
don't, you know, they don't understand the idioms in the Bible, the drunkenness, being pride. And they just make it their own. Do's and don'ts.
Yeah, self-righteousness.
Them. Sorry, Kev.
Sorry, I've just said self-righteousness, isn't it?
Yeah. have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Jehovah. And again, the righteousness of Jehovah, his standard of righteousness is obedience to the Ten Commandments.
Yep.
For Messiah is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believes. So everyone that obeys. Yeah. For Moses described the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth these things shall live by them. But the righteousness which is of faith
Yeah.
speaketh in this wise: say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? That is to bring Messiah down from above. Or who shall descend into the deep? That is to bring Messiah again from the dead. But what saith it? The word is nigh thee, it's near you, even in thy mouth and in thine heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Yeshua, and shall believe in thine heart that Jehovah hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. And I'm not stopping there. For with the heart man believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. For the scripture saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. For the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. For whosoever shall call upon the name of Jehovah shall be saved. No wonder they took his name out of the
Oh, yeah, definitely.
James 6,800 odd times.
Yeah. That's right.
How then shall they call upon him who have not believed? And how shall they believe in him who they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
Which is the refreshing of the Holy Covenant.
Is the refreshing.
Yeah.
Quoting the raising up of the watchman.
Yeah, Isaiah 52.
Isaiah 52.
I'm trying to think where we should go next, brother. So you want to touch on I know we've got 2 Timothy 3 and 4. Obviously, that's the state of the churches. 1 Timothy 6 is another good one. Titus.
You want to do 1 Timothy 6?
Yeah, I'll jump in that now, mate. Yeah. Yep. So this is 1 Timothy 6 from verse 1 here. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honour, that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. If any man teach otherwise, and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yeshua Messiah, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness. Once again, refreshing. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. Now, that speaks pretty much about the prosperity gospel. Another heap of shite. Sorry what the swear would say, but it's absolute nonsense. It's out and out lies.
Yeah.
But godliness with contentment is great gain. Just being the truth with content, be content with what you've got.
Yeah.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content with what you have. Well, it's but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows, because they've coveted. And money, they say, the love of money is the root of all evil. It actually,
Yeah.
it can't be any more plainer.
No.
And like you said, you got pastors these days. I mean, I was talking to Dan yesterday, and he's on about some of them being billionaire pastors. I mean, what's that? What's that all about? Millionaire's bad enough.
Yeah.
It's like you say, but thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness, which wisdom. Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. I give thee charge in the sight of God, who quickeneth all things, and before Yeshua Messiah, who before Pontius Pilate witnessed a good confession. Oh, I don't know how much can stop here and jump somewhere else. I'll jump back in on here. Verse 18, that they do good, that they be rich in good works, keeping his covenants and teaching, fulfilling the royal law, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. What's it? That's the sacrifices there. It's communication with your brethren, communication, telling the truth, fulfilling the royal law. It's in Hebrews 13, I think it's laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with you. Amen. Fantastic chapter there. Well, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. I mean, you could jump into Revelation, come out of her, or we could touch 2 Timothy 3 and 4. So many verses of each.
Yeah, let's go with 2 Timothy, and then we can maybe just go to Revelation and just use that as a wrap up, because I think we've got the point across, the state of the church and what to look for, which is what we see,
Yeah.
Just see it all in
the churches these days, yeah.
45,000 different flavors of ice cream.
It's a disgrace. It's you're meant to be as one man. Is it John 17?
Do you want me to do 3-1?
Yeah, you can go. I think you could possibly go into. I go to verse 7 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yah, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. For of this sort are they that creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah, because they've been deceived. I mean, mate, you could possibly finish that chapter. Have you read further on? It's brilliant.
Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. It wasn't a great end for Jannes and Jambres,
No.
who withstood Moses. Not a good ending.
No.
But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, which is actually love, isn't it?
Yep, love.
Charity,
Real love.
agape, love, that is affection. It's the line pen of the scribes changing it to charity so that people think if you stick a 10 in an offering, then you're covered.
Yeah, definitely not.
Actually,
Charity's love, fulfilling the
kind of
royal.
reference back to the royal law, loving your neighbour.
Yeah. Yep.
And loving God. It's like the whole package, keeping the 10, eating clean, and fulfilling royal law.
Yep.
Verse 11, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, and at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yea, and all that will live godly in Yeshua Messiah shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Yeah.
But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom you have learned them. And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Messiah Yeshua. All Scripture is given by inspiration of Jehovah and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect through thoroughly. Sorry, furnace.
Yeah, I think you had it very right. Like,
got a bit lost there.
It does say that, but I think it makes sense to be thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Yeah, definitely.
All good works. Keeping and teaching, fulfilling the royal law, obedience. Yeah, we're going straight into chapter 4 here, 2 Timothy. I charge thee, therefore, before God and the Lord Yeshua Messiah, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. 45,000 different denominations. If different teacher for a different itch, I suppose, mate. It's disgusting. I shouldn't laugh, really. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. Christmas, Jesus guy, Easter, anyone? Fables. Disgusting. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Dear me, what do we need to say anymore? Watch. But watch thou in all things.
Be a watchman.
Yeah. We touched on this last week. Obviously, the Watchman Call, we touched on it there just before then, Romans 10. All it is, you've been pricked, you've been called, everyone's called. Few choose to do the work.
Yep.
Just obey him, get back to his covenants of promise, obviously Yeshua finished the sacrificial law. We know that. It's Deuteronomy 31, John 19:30, Colossians 2:14, Galatians 3:19. You know it. We know it. Just obey. But I mean, we could go to, and now we're going to jump into Revelation. Come out of her, my people, because that's what he's telling you. He's telling you to come out of them, because not everyone's going to be saved who says, Lord, Lord, as in Matthew 7. And if you don't build your house on the foundation of Yeshua, which is the Ten Commandments, the refreshing of the Holy Covenant, everything you desired at Horeb, you're going to be washed away. So that brings me nicely to, is it Revelation 17 there, mate? I mean, it's in Isaiah 17 as well. 47, sorry. Oh, there you go. We're just going to read. What we're doing, we're reading all of it.
Why not?
Did I start 17 on?
Yeah.
Right, this is Revelation 17. It's once again very important. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. That's waters, people. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-coloured beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colour, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. Is this all the churches, mate? And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? Marvel? Marvel. I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. And when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is, and here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. That's it. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns, which thou sawest, are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength into the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. That's Yeshua, and he's 144,000, I believe. Yeah. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So I'm not going to pretend to know exactly everything that that's saying, but the thing is, it's Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, all the churches as well, isn't it? Yeah. So Are you jumping into 18 there, brother?
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it you want to read.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people.
Yeah.
That ye not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And the her is always usually a reference to the church, right?
Yeah, come out of her. It's like you said previously, Mr. Barnett, mother of all harlots and abominations.
If you're hearing this message, come out of your churches and, come and gather with us.
Yeah, that would probably be a good place to.
Sorry, brother.
Oh, sorry, that's all. Like you say, for the next verse, all the sins have reached unto heaven, all the churches. Yeah.
Yeah. And God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and
Yeah.
am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Jehovah who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. And that's like the judgment on Ephraim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the judgment on Mystery Babylon, Isaiah 28, and Satan's cast down. And they're going to bewail her.
For the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls, fine linen, purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble, so like all the goods. Cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour, wheat, beasts, sheep, horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after departed from thee, and all the things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate.
Yeah.
Rejoice over her, thou home, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Jehovah hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all the nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets, of the saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah, it's kind of powerful, that, mate. It's saddening. It's like, say, everyone's been deceived by.
Yeah.
Everyone's been deceived by the Catholic Church and the daughters of it, the harlots, the whore and the many harlots.
And Mystery Babylon.
As you say, come out of the churches, because they're leading you to tribulation, at the very least. At the very least. I mean, we've got other stuff we could say, but I think we've pretty much covered it, haven't we, really, brother?
I think so. I think we've kind of covered it all. I mean, you can see we're right at the very end. We're right at the last, 5, 6 years tops. And the tribulation is coming.
Yep.
3.5 years, and it doesn't look pretty.
No, it's desperate times.
You're better to get into covenant now.
And drag as many people as you can out of the churches, get them into the truth.
Yep.
That's all this is about, really. At the end of the day, it's the churches are all apostate. Paul tells you, 2 Thessalonians 2. You've only got to read what we've read yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know how to give people venture? I know we're finished now anyway, but just know, like, for future reference, because Sarah was asking for a reg. I don't even know how to do that.
I'll look into all that this week.
Yeah.
Get that more organised for next time.
Right. Sorry, Sarah. Hi, Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite saddening, really. It's the scripture's all there. It's like people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
No, it's depressing. Depressing's a word I like to use.
The truth's generally quite scary, you know.
Yeah.
And
Love you too, Sarah.
Live in their bubble rather than face that and do something about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad.
Well, all we can do is keep trying our level best, mate. As well as all the other brothers and sisters who do fantastic work fulfilling the royal law of all formats. There's a TikTok, X, YouTube, and you can find out our ministry thing at Straight as the Gate, STRAIT isthegate.net. Please join us there. It's all we want is for you to come to truth, like what we have. Obey that conviction, that grace that's been given to all men.
Yeah.
Don't quash it, don't quench it, whatever. It's just Dear me. Just please join us if you actually feel like, if you think that we're telling the truth, or you're pricked to just keep joining us there. There's lots, we can all help you. That's all we're here to do. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to finish off with Deuteronomy 4:27 to 31, brother? Just in case. No, we don't have to,
No.
because we'll be doing many more videos in the coming weeks. Because we're not stopping now. We're never going to stop. We're going to proclaim Father's name until New Jerusalem comes.
So if you don't hear now, and when it hits the fan, just remember this. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek Jehovah thy God, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days,
Yeah.
turn to Jehovah thy God, and shalt be obedient unto his voice, 10 Commandments.
Yep.
For Jehovah thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. So just keep that in mind.
His arm is stretched out still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. He's a jealous God, but he's also a very merciful God.
Yep.
I'm going to just say that's the way to finish it. But I think of this verse here in 2 Peter 3. Because Jehovah is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. He just wants everyone to come back to the truth.
Yeah.
Merciful. Well, I think that hasn't been too bad, but as it's I hope we've put some kind of
Praise you for helping us.
Yeah, praise you indeed, mate. Praise you. Wouldn't have done it without him.
No, not a chance.
Just hope somebody's pricked to hear it and actually look around. Just look around at the state of the churches. Yeah. Dear me. Yeah. Just please repent and come to the truth. That's all we're asking. That's all Father asks. And that's all Yeshua was sacrificed for. Remittance of the world's sins. So don't let them die in vain. Right.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, brother. I'll speak to you shortly.
Yeah.
Right. Goodbye.
Cheers.
I'll get out of here. Get out.